right, remember the drone plague of 2024? It was just a few months ago, actually. Well, drone drama, at least, is back, but at least this time we know what they are. The FAA says it's testing new drone detection equipment around Cape May, New Jersey over the next 2 weeks. So everybody, whatever you're seeing, don't freak out. This is some video of the testing. It's happening right now. The goal is to find better ways to detect drones so that the skies are safer for commercial planes and helicopters, and people on the ground aren't freaking out wondering what they're seeing in the sky. We don't know why the FAA picked New Jersey, but it could be because it's the same spot where all those mysterious drone sightings happened at the end of last year. You may remember NewsNation took this video of what appeared to be unmanned aircraft flying over the state. Those drone sightings were never fully explained, but the Trump administration said they were almost all authorized. Joining us now is Mike Fraietta, an FAA-certified drone pilot and founder of Gargoyle Systems, a company that specializes in defending drone attacks. So drones are hard to see with radar. This is new equipment that would help the FAA better identify what's flying around in the sky?
Well, there's 4 different ways of detecting drones. There's radar, there's radio frequency, there's acoustic, and there's optical. And even LiDAR. There might be a 5th. I just met a startup recently that's working on LiDAR. So there's different ways of detecting these drones, and it sounds like they're testing, at least what I see is the radio frequency and the radar solutions to detect some drones that are in the area in Cape May.
All right, so to test this equipment, the FAA is actually going to fly hundreds of drones and in various sizes, some small recreational drones, some sort of military-sized, weighing as much as a grand piano.
That's right. There's 5 classifications of drones, 1 being a smaller, 5 being a large one. And the radar is good at picking up these large drones. These ones are big threats to national security, right? For obvious reasons, thinking about airplanes. And these have been around since World War II, by the way. So these are the big ones that are really worrisome. But we also have to worry about the smaller drones as well, because now they can carry payloads on them. So that's why we need different ways of detecting. Beyond radar, we need to be able to detect the smaller drones as well, because they could have payloads on them. They could have things on them that poison our water supply, damage our electric power stations.
Right.
There's a lot of damage that small drones can do.
You know, we got all these assurances, you know, in all those months at the end of last year, and people were really freaking out on the East Coast, wondering what they were seeing, and nobody could tell them what they were seeing. It seems to imply with this testing of new technology that they don't really know what we were seeing, even though they've assured us that it was all normal.
Well, again, it's hard to say. I think there was a lot of people pointing out things that were not actually drones. There were probably a few real sightings, and from there it kind of spread like wildfire, right?
Yeah.
So I think it still is hard to tell what those are. This approach, while it's good, it is good to test, and it's a good progress in where we should go. However, it's also like putting a few weather stations out and be like, oh, we're going to detect fires, as they start, versus everyone in their home having a fire alarm, right? That's a decentralized way of how we detect fires now. So I do love this way that they're testing. I don't see it as a realistic solution to being able to roll out in a government centralized way. So again, it's progress, but it's still it's a little short, and we need to move fast because the dark drones are coming.
Yeah, the dark drones are coming sounds like a bad movie or a dire warning in this.
The drone busters.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.